But is this exactly what they asked for? You defunded the police and now, boom, you're on your own. But also, you can't defend yourself, so it's a rock and a hard place. It's a catch-22. It is a dependent population. And did they actually want this? Or were they just saying that, and as per usual, they cannot live up to their own demands? They administer these purity tests that nobody could live up to, even if they wanted. What is up? My name is Eric. This channel is called Report and Opine. I am back. This, of course, is the epicenter for all of your current and captivating coastal elite chaos. So please hit that subscribe button, like the video, ring the notification bell, leave a comment or two, share this with a friend. Let's go. Now, I'm not quite sure how this keeps happening or if this is going on everywhere. I don't think it is. That's why the San Francisco Bay Area has become a running gag. They're constantly in the national news, and they have become a picture of exactly what not to do. And even though the word is out, there's nonstop stories, video clips everywhere, YouTubers doing glitter bomb, fart spray bait cars.
These guys just broke into my car in San Francisco and stole my backpack. But what they'll soon find out is that thanks to some high-tech glitter and fart spray delivery mechanisms, that's no ordinary backpack.
Ain't nobody back here, right?
And this guy's also trying to break into my car, but what he doesn't realize is those are bulletproof windows, because that's just funny. Every year, 20,000 cars are broken into in the city of San Francisco.
But the insanity continues. From KTVU Fox 2 News, community rallies behind Colonial Donuts in Oakland after 3 robberies.
Well, it has become a common occurrence. Businesses getting hit by robbers over and over again.
It has become a common occurrence, she says. Businesses getting hit by robberies over and over again. That's how these people are living.
A family-owned donut shop in Lakeshore District of Oakland was the target of thieves twice in 1 week. Today, protesters demonstrated, saying that they want some action to control the crime. KTVU's Alice Wirtz was there and joins us now live. Alice?
That's right, Jana. The demonstration was in response to increasing crime that has small business owners shaking their heads as robberies continue to hit their stores, and they're calling for more action from leadership to keep their livelihoods and neighborhoods from shutting down completely.
No more crime! No more crime! No more crime!
A few dozen people with signs stood in front.
They love it. They love their arts and crafts project. Every single problem that hits the Bay Area boils down to a protest and, we're going to paint a sign as though that's going to make a difference. We all know that this regime does not care. They could not care any less about a donut shop owner. I promise you that.
In front of the 24-hour Colonial Donut shop that was victimized again Friday morning.
What is going on here in Oakland?
2 suspects jumping over the counter, removing the cash drawer, one even helping himself to a donut on his way out. Many customers outraged.
This is the 3rd time that Colonial Donuts has been robbed. 2 times this week alone.
Twice in 1 week. I believe it's a 24-hour donut establishment. Twice in 1 week it was robbed. So why not break out the signs? And I'm not saying I have all the answers because I don't know what to do, but I don't think that an arts and crafts protest is going to fix the problem.
3 times in the last 6 months. This is unacceptable.
We have crime that is out of control, and we are becoming the joke, the butt of the joke for crime across the country.
Chris Moore is a neighbor and a self-proclaimed community activist. He's running for the 5th District for county supervisor. He called out city leaders for what he says is failed policy.
The people in power today, they're not even talking about this.
A multi-generational family has run this popular small business on Lakeshore Avenue for 40 years.
Allowing these businesses to be robbed day by day is what's destroying this community. And Nikki Bass and Sheng Tao are the reason for that.
Across the street, a business owner spoke how he was also assaulted and robbed twice in 2 days this week and couldn't get a hold of 911.
I called 911. They connected me to the dispatch, but no dispatch. This was on Monday morning, 9 a.m.
On Tuesday, Barzine was getting out of his car when he was held up at gunpoint by 3 men, knocked down and robbed.
I had my iPad, my wallets, my credit cards, and nobody came. I tried calling the police, couldn't get a hold of them.
Homeowner John Glenn says the crime and lack of leadership is detrimental to helping Oakland prosper, and property values are also taking a huge hit.
And Oakland has dropped more than 10% in value because of the crime. There's no other reason. The property values were increasing significantly, but now it's turned around. So this is not only affecting us today, but in the future.
I reached out to Mayor Sheng Tao. Her office provided a statement indicating she's focused on taking aggressive action to reduce crime, adding that Oakland has more police officers on the force in the last 2 years, and she's committed to focusing on initiatives that reduce crime and improve a safer sense of security.
Okay, well, the Oakland mayor is obviously not going to do anything. She loves this, even though her own car got broken into. But that aside, it is the wild, wild west. You are on your own, but also you are not allowed to protect yourself. So it's a catch-22. Now from ABC 7 Bay Area, of course, the Disney-owned news outlet, on Instagram, they say, one North Bay community is rallying behind the beloved owners of Kenny's Donuts in the wake of a devastating burglary this week. The family's home was ransacked, but worst of all, most of their life savings was stolen by thieves. So now we have the owners of a separate donut shop, but their shop wasn't ransacked, their home was.
So here's my Christmas toffee for you and something else for you.
Customers have been stopping by all week to grab a dozen donuts at Kenny's in Petaluma, but they're really here to show some love to shop owner Sophie Hang.
This is for you.
You mean the fritters?
No problem. Fritter, yeah. Sorry.
Police say early Monday morning while Sophie and her husband Ray were at work, thieves broke into the Hangs' Petaluma house, ransacking the home. The family was devastated to see what happened.
Dad, I'm sorry.
But Sophie says worst of all, thieves found this safe, where the couple kept most of their life savings.
I'm trying not to do that, but I can't.
And we remember our good buddy YG wrote a song about exactly this, because for whatever reason, this population is typically not big on banks.
First, you find a house and scope it out. Find a Chinese neighborhood, 'cause they don't believe in bank accounts.
And help, I'm so sorry. I lost everything what I earned.
I think it's terrible. I was shocked. I was really shocked because I know how much we all love Sophie here for years and years.
Sophie and Ray immigrated to the U.S. from Cambodia and opened Kenny's Donuts in 1995. To say they have a loyal customer base is an understatement. Seems everyone in town knows this family.
I've been going here since the beginning of high school. I love Sophie. She is such a...
All right, so you get it. The community loves this person, and sure, I have no beef with these people, but this decay has gotten so bad, and the protests are not working. Something's got to give. Otherwise, it's never... I always say this, too, is that if these places, New York, San Francisco, Oakland, if they started doing everything right yesterday, it would still take them 10 years to clean up what they've created. And these donut shops are small potatoes. I can assume that the higher end retailers have private security, but in the middle of the night, the robbers will still smash and grab. Again, from KTVU Fox 2 News, thieves break into Lululemon in Oakland.
This video was posted on Instagram by a local chef, Chef Smelly, showing what happened there. It happened at the store at 25th and Broadway. A witness says the thieves stole piles of clothing from a table inside that store. Oakland police are investigating.
And you might think these are old stories, like we see this over and over again, because as we remember, Lululemon stands by decision to fire employees who intervened in robbery. So in that split second, the people trying to stop crime literally become the bad guys. And the Lululemon CEO did say some spicy things about women and child labor or whatever, but that's not what this is about. This is about this company particularly bending the knee to the mob and pretending, oh, well, it's just merchandise. Sure, it is just merchandise, but we know how this movie ends. If you continue to let this go, you're going to have nothing left, and they're getting really close to it in San Francisco. That's why all the businesses are leaving. The entire mall that I grew up going to in San Francisco is gone. Now we're back to ABC 7 News. They say despite crackdown on crime, many Oakland residents and businesses aren't seeing improvements. Again, this is recent. This is not from years ago. This is not from 2019 or 2021. This is from late 2023. It just never ends.
We're going to begin tonight with a clash over retail crime in Oakland. A number of thefts, all caught on camera from just this week, have thrown the issue right back into the spotlight. But today, Mayor Sheng Thao and the Oakland police are boasting of improvements in local shopping districts.
ABC 7 News reporter Tim Johns is in studio now with more about a counter rally tomorrow by other local leaders. Tim.
Yeah, Dan, local residents say they are upset. We talked to numerous everyday people who live in the city, as well as prominent business owners. And despite the showing we saw today from the mayor and Oakland police, they say more still needs to be done. It's a tale of two cities in Oakland. On Thursday, Mayor Sheng Thao hosting a joint news conference with the city's police department. There, they highlighted their efforts to make the city safer, specifically talking about the recent crackdown against retail and property crime, something they say saw commercial burglaries drop from 256 this time last year to 120 now.
The investments are starting to bear fruit as we have seen the decrease in the property crimes in the areas that we have actually stood up.
And the bar is so low for these people. It reminds me of that clip from It's Always Sunny where he says, well, stabbings have been down recently. I mean, the bar is so low. And again, crime, bad things happen all over the place. But why is the Bay Area constantly in the news? It's because they have created this, and I think we'll get to it. There's a reason it's not going to stop, or it's going to get even worse before it gets better. And still, that is going to take a very long time.
On the streets of the city, however, those statistics are a tough sell. On Sunday, Colonial Donuts was hit with its second armed robbery this year. And on Tuesday, the Lululemon on Broadway also being robbed after a thief drove through its front door with a car. That incident happening just minutes after Benner Automotive down the road says someone also broke into their shop, the third time in the past 3 months. Its owner, Michael Benner, with some strong words for the mayor.
Maybe she should take less of a raise and try to get more police on the police force.
Retail and property crime in Oakland has become a key rallying cry for people like Carl Chan. Chan runs SAFE, the group behind the push to recall Alameda County District Attorney Pamela Price. On Friday morning, he and other business owners in the city will hold a rally calling on public leaders to do more to stop crime.
We want to emphasizing that there has to be consequences when people are committing crimes, and especially all these many repeated offenders.
It's not just local businesses that are increasingly worried about crime either. We talked to many residents here on the streets, and they tell us they've also had enough. That includes LaVon Johnson, a lifelong Oakland resident who says crime is now impacting the everyday lives of everyone who lives in the city.
All the stores are closing, like that closed Target. Like now we gotta go all the way to Emeryville, just to get basic stuff.
Both OPD and Mayor Thao acknowledge that despite statistics, public perception is a key component of making people feel safe.
One is too many. These are our community members, they're our businesses. We rely upon them and they rely upon us.
Now, the city of Oakland says it's pursuing a three-pronged approach to combat crime. That includes investing in the police department, strengthening the city's violence prevention initiatives, and leveraging technology to help catch criminals. In the studio tonight, Tim Johns, ABC 7 News.
Yeah, okay. Well, nothing's going to change. And in fact, it's going to get worse. It's going to creep out. If you go into the hood in any of these places like the hood, I would be willing to bet that a lot of car break-ins and home robberies aren't really happening because it's all been dried out. It's been cleared. It's been ransacked. So it's going to get to Emeryville, and it's going to get to Piedmont and the North Bay and all of this stuff. All the places that were once nice are going to be hit with these same criminals who have ransacked the inner cities already. And the word is out on crime. Everybody knows about it, but it's not going to stop because the word is also out that 911 doesn't work. Again, from ABC 7 Bay Area, some Oakland residents are waiting 20 minutes or longer to reach 911 operators the I-Team finds. That's in Oakland. Also in San Francisco, from KALW, San Francisco's 911 dispatchers aren't answering calls quickly enough. And directly from the San Francisco Police Department, when to call 911. Police, fire, and medical available 24/7. If there is a danger to life, property, or the environment. Is there a crime in progress? Is someone having a medical emergency and needs immediate assistance? Is there a fire? If you answered yes to any of these questions, immediately call 911. Otherwise, you can call the non-emergency assistance, which is also available 24/7, noise complaints, loitering, wellness checks, and then just city services, they say, also available 24/7, auto burglaries, petty theft, vandalism, homeless concerns, graffiti, garbage, parking, property tax payments, birth certificates, marriage license, business registration. So they're telling you when you can call 911. And I'm old enough to remember a time where they said you shouldn't be calling. Remember Eric Adams? Now I get that is completely across the country, but Eric Adams, during his defund the police movement, said that you shouldn't call the cops for noise complaints. You should go talk to your neighbors, which ended up getting a woman killed. But that, of course, is a different story. But is this exactly what they asked for? You defunded the police and now, boom, you're on your own. But also, you can't defend yourself, so it's a rock and a hard place. It's a catch-22. It is a dependent population. And did they actually want this? Or were they just saying that, and as per usual, they cannot live up to their own demands? They administer these purity tests that nobody could live up to, even if they wanted. And in a little bit of unrelated news, but I guess it is relevant in the grand scheme, as soon as you get out of the Oakland airport, they have this big pro-abortion billboard, like it's a destination to bin your baby, right? If you have a problem, we're going to go ahead and take care of it for you, which is very similar to the transformer argument, right? Bear with me. If they can convince somebody that a man can be a woman just because he thinks it, of course, they can convince you that the air outside of your front door is deadly. So if they pride themselves on being an abortion destination and a sanctuary region for that matter, if they don't care for living people, if they don't care for the most vulnerable among us, how do you expect them for one split second to care for a donut shop owner?